Good morning, lacrosse fans. Welcome to the Florida Sports Leisure Conference for the 2021 WLA Xtreme Future Stars Showcase. Let's start with introducing the black team, starting with goal number 66, Colin Jeffrey, number 77, Connor Ramage, number 88, Tyler Mongraves. The runners, number 32, Cam Husband, number 33, Nash Newton, number 34, Trent Kellner, number 35, Ben Heaton, 36, Aiden Murphy, number 37, Garrett Winter, number 38, Brett Graham, number 40, Alex Nino, number 45, Cam Perry, number 42, Jacob Dowell, number 43, Aiden Gold, number 44, Julian Love, number 45, Derek Miller, number 47, Ryan Jensen, number 50, Bo Checker, number 51, Reese Franklin. And now for the quick team. Starting in goal, number 1, Trent Grefsky, number 00, Cecil Guzman, number 55, Ryan Atkinson. The runners, number 4, Arjun Singh, number 7, Jackson McLeod, number 8, James Graham, number 9, Joe Fowler, number 10, Jared Mollicott, number 11, John Green, number 12, John Woodward, number 13, Martha Ingley, number 14, Ty Ewan, number 15, Justin Gurney, number 16, Carl Hare, number 18, Savannah Hunter, number 20, Alec Day, number 21, Parker Corbett, number 25, Paula Thomas, number 53, Brandon Iowes. At this time, we please ask you to rise and remove your hats and join us for the singing of O Canada.
Canada, and that means it's time to play some lacrosse here from the Poirier Sports and Leisure Complex, better known as the Palace on Poirier. Jake Kelly, Brad Schallner with you for the WLA Xtreme Future Stars Junior A Showcase. That just rolls off the tongue right here on bcsports.tv as the Junior A Showcase up first here, Bradley, as we're in for a marathon day. Good to be back with you and inside the Palace for a little lacrosse.
Yeah, just jumping right into the fire, eh? 4 games today. We've got the Junior A Showcase happening right now. We've got 3 WLA Young Star games happening this afternoon. 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 4:30 this afternoon.
Set your alarms.
Set your alarms to come back and hang with us all day here on BC Sports TV. But I don't know what to expect out of this game. These are all graduating Junior A players. Some of these guys are still competing in their own respective playoff series.
Some of them are competing against each other, and now they're on the same team here
like
this afternoon.
Go back to your playoff game tomorrow afternoon against the same guys. There's only one Coquitlam Madnax. We will put that away. They are still in the semifinals against the Poco Saints. There's a bunch of Saints. There's a bunch of Lakers, and of course the Salmon Belly's still alive. as well. And Victoria and Nanaimo, I think, played tonight on the island in like retro jersey
Yeah,
night
so
on the Rock.
no T-men, no Shamrocks in this game, unfortunately. And I know a lot of those players probably deserve to be here and have eyes on them.
We got two Shamrocks. We got goaltender Ryan Atkinson.
Okay.
We've got Carl Harry's going to wear 16 on the white.
Officials, Riley Lowe, Mike Grabinski, and I got to pick up the name of the third one. Maybe you can check out that email, Bradley, and you can blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. We're underway. Team White, Team Black. I know the third official's name is in that email we got, so maybe you can look that up for me, as I don't recognize his face. As Team White will get the early possession here, and my goodness, normally we get returning Hollington. Okay, there you go. Normally we get returning players on WLA rosters, even a few on junior. This is our first look at these two rosters, completely foreign to us, so buckle up, bear with us as we get to learn some names. As a quick shot right off the post there by Molesi, and that one almost found the back of the goals. It went off the post, off the back of the goaltender, and then stayed out.
Yeah, these young star kind of skills games are always interesting to watch. These are players obviously that don't play together, coaches that don't play these players. You're not going to see a big systems game, even though you have Pat Coyle behind one bench and Rod Jensen, Dave Pym, and Rob Williams behind another bench. You're just going to see a lot of guys. How are they going to gel together tonight? It can't be all individual effort, because you do want to show how you can play within a team game. You've got every WLA GM in the building tonight. You've got lots of representatives from the National Lacrosse League here. All sorts of eyes on this ball, but how can you fit into a team that you don't know, and then how can you shine for yourself as well?
Chance there for Moog as he came in. We should probably get you the starting goaltenders as well. For Team Black, it's Colin Jeffrey out of the Poco Saints organization, and Dryden Reski, the Langley Thunder goaltender here for Team White. And I believe they will each play a period here. And just getting word from one of the assistants, Dave Pym, before the game here this morning, that I think they're going to go 5-on-5 in period 1 and then 4-on-4 in periods 2 and 3. So we'll look forward to a little more open space out there as well. Shot there from Chetner, didn't get through cleanly. And now a battle for the loose ball as Team White outmans Team Black 2-1. You're usually going to win that battle, but then a ball just thrown away right up the middle. Chance, and that looked like it was in, but Grabinski gave it the reset there as I saw the mesh rip.
Bo Chetner, the lone Coquitlam Adnak in this game.
And the brother of Jean-Luc, of course.
They're 6-3 regular season. Nanaimo wins the regular season standings-wise at a 9-2 record.
Very interesting year as in comes Dow. He's got numbers here and tried to force a pass across the floor as it was turned over. Very interesting year in BC Junior A lacrosse as we see Nanaimo, Burnaby up near the top, Coquitlam in the middle of the pack, New West way lower in the standings than we're used to seeing. Shamrock's right in there as well, Poco taking a step forward. So it was a really entertaining, interesting year in Junior A lacrosse this season.
Delta and Langley, the only teams to miss the playoffs flat out, and Victoria and Nanaimo at the top of the standings, just playing a little bit of an island derby, not coming over to participate in mainland playoffs. That leaves Coquitlam, Poco, the Tri-Cities derby, and New West and Burnaby. Nice to see Burnaby return to prominence. A lot of Lakers in this game we'll talk about today, but they're kind of maybe the story. Nanaimo finishing first, but Burnaby coming from perennial cellar dwellers the last half decade to getting into the playoffs.
Well, what did they get to? 7-8 wins this season, and that was like 2 years worth of wins in 1 year for the Lakers. I can't remember the last time they eclipsed a 5-win season. It's been over a decade, so very quick turnaround there for Russ Hurd and his group. It's great to see.
And about 8 Lakers in this game, so is that concerning for the Burnaby Lakers that they're graduating so many of these guys that had such a good season?
Alex Nemo with a good forced turnover. Moves it ahead here to Ryan Jensen. And Black will get set up on offense here, still looking for the game's first goal. There's an outside shot turned to some.
Yeah, we're a bit scrambly through the first 4 minutes here. Teams just kind of get settled. This is really the first sustained 5-on-5 set we've seen as goaltender soaks one and keeps it 0-0.
And Julian Leland, 44 in Black, taking that latest shot. Father Trevor Leland, former Junior A teammate, former Senior A teammate as well in the stands. Hadn't seen Trevor in probably close to 20 years, and I saw Leland, I thought, well, maybe. And then There it was, right up in the crowd. Said, "That's got to be your voice." It is. Which made me feel really
I
old.
was going to say, you felt like a young man this morning. Here's a break opportunity.
Here's a chance right in. Little fake, little shot, and a good stop by Reski, who slid across and took one away. Been some good opportunities so far in this one. As Ben Davies with the latest, but Goldfinger starting this game sharp. Early shots on goal, 4-2.
We've Dryden Reski a Tier 1 goaltender for the Langley Thunder as well. We've got a couple Tier 1 boys in this game.
Bouncing around, ends up in the crease. Colin Jeffrey. And Black back to the attack. Heriken. Glad I checked with Mr. Heriken before tonight's game. I would have not gotten that pronunciation correct. Play to your homework, kids. Yes, in comes Greg. There's a couple of Gregs in this lineup. James wearing number 8. John wearing number 11. They are related. As Yingling out there for a shift for White. Crease violation, says Riley Lowe. And the ball will go back to Black here. I believe we are playing running time, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
We are. All 4 games today will be 20-minute running time, 5 minutes in between periods. So kind of like mini games. We're playing full 60, but it is going to be running time. I don't know how much penalty action we're going to see and how many stoppages we're going to end up seeing today. Our sponsorships are supposed to come at the end of every penalty. I think we might have to slip our sponsors in there in a more unique fashion later on.
Well, let's get one in right off the top here. It is our title sponsor. It's Xtreme Threads for the Xtreme Threads Future Stars game here. Your one-stop shop for customized team or company apparel, embroidery, digitizing, screen printing, design, sublimated uniforms, and of course they made the quick stick shot and a goal there at Beauty. As it's just about to finish, Mark Yingling cashes in here to make it 1-0, but I was just about to say Xtreme Threads, the makers, designers of these fantastic jerseys that they're wearing here today. I kind of want one of these things.
Yeah, they're beauty. That's a nice skip feed across the zone, nice vision by the offensive lefty to thread it through in a wide open yawning cage for Yingling, who slips underneath 2 defenders.
And Yingling obviously going right to the top of the all-name list for the Junior A Showcase here, Brett. Right to the top.
Could have some fun with that. That's a Delta Islander right-handed offensive player. Not a good year for the Junior A Islanders. They left some of their best Delta talent to play Tier 1, and Silas Richmond and Keegan Kozak.
Yeah.
And you imagine what an A team would have looked like with those 2 guys on.
Well, a little surprised not to see Richmond here, quite frankly.
Well, he's like 12 years old, Silas Richmond. So
well,
he'll be
he
here
was
in a
playing
while.
senior. He played a game of Senior B.
But this is a graduating junior game.
Okay, I got you. That makes more sense. I thought you were saying
These are
too
guys.
young to play.
These are guys heading up to the WLA next season.
So you bet all WLA GMs and probably some NOL ones as well tuned in or here watching. Just $5. We're here all day if you're in the Lower Mainland and want to get out to the Palace and check it out. But we'll be with you for the entire day here from Coquitlam as a shot goes out of play. Need 30 here for Team White.
10 in white. Jared Malosi, I think, got the assist on that first goal. And he's
Malosi.
a big-bodied lefty presence who's been one of the stand-up players so far, setting some hard picks and using that frame to get inside.
Speaking of Maloski, Kurt Maloski in the crowd here, as we mentioned, a couple of NOL GMs as well. This Team Black back the other way here for Heriken.
Dan Richardson in the building, a bit of a who's who in the Palace today. People are starved for high caliber, high level lacrosse.
3 rights, 2 lefts. This is Jensen. What a good pick into the middle, a little stutter step. Jensen looks like he's almost into his man's body already here coming out of junior Brad. Pretty thick down there for Jensen. Bounce pass across on a 2-on-1, and it was ill-advised as the ball goes through the crease. First to touch, says Grabinski, and it'll be black ball. Shots on goal 6-5. But it's Team White with the 1-0 lead. Aiden Murphy drives in. A little twirl of the wand. Nemo. Right in. And we're tied. It's not the quick trigger there from Heriken. Didn't take a lot of time to with Reese and found the bounce shot past Reski on the short side.
Yeah, player on his hands as well. Heriken just shoots through traffic on the quick stick. The lefty puts it short side.
Not sure Rusky ever picked it up. 10:25 and ticking here in this opening period. So we are going with 3 officials here for the entire day, which I like to see. Although we have not had a penalty call yet.
No, I don't think this is going to be your typical.
Quick chance right off the face-off there for Dowell.
Let's just say it's not going to be as penalized as an average WLA game.
I think I'll take the end of this. Fresh 30 here for Team Black. Jensen right back out there. And he's got Winter with him. Ball loose in the corner here. Doing well to come out of there with carry. Ooh, that looked like it could have been called on a stick, but play on, says the official. There's Ronaldo Thomas, who actually traded just before this game's opening face-off here to balance out the rosters a little bit with a couple of late scratches.
I wonder how they decided who was going to go over to the other
through the short straw or whatever. Yeah.
off the post.
Went almost caught the back of the goal, stick side low.
It's Ling Ling again. Mark Ling Ling. It's the first goal for Team White. It's a post, but definitely a hot shot on 13 in white.
Really a pretty cool experience for these kids to have the coaching staffs on the benches that they do. You think about it, Pat Coyle, head coach of the senior Adnex, and of course the Colorado Mammoth. He's got his longtime assistant there, Jason Bishop, former senior Salmon Belly as well. Mike Simpson, Shamrock legend. And then on the other bench, Dave Pan, former head coach of the Roughnecks. Roddy Jensen spent some time in the NLL as well, head coach of the Langley Thunder. And of course the head coach of the Burrards, Rob Williams, who is the defensive coordinator for the Calgary Roughnecks. So you want to talk experience, you got it in spades on both these benches.
Yeah, if anything, you're one of the players on these teams and you're trying to impress somebody, just look behind the bench.
Yes.
There's all the motivation you need when Pat Coyle's looking at you in the eyes from 3 feet away.
Arjun Singh will dish off and head for the bench as on comes Malossi. Big body out there. Slow change here for White, room to wind and right on. Good stop there from Jeffrey as he played his angle perfectly. And Black back the other way. Nash Mogan. These rosters are throwing me off a little bit, Brad, because the Black roster starts at number 32. So when I see a number, I'm like scanning down halfway, 3/4 through my roster when the guy's at the top of the list.
Yeah, there's only a couple players that are in Team White that are deep into the number. 53, Brandon Balewitz, Burnaby Lakers. ODT, he's listed as position, so clearly the kid can play a little bit of everywhere.
That's what you want to do in a showcase like this. Don't limit yourself. Don't pigeonhole yourself in something. Let your coaches know you're willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win. You're comfortable in any situation.
100%.
Smart. 1-1. 7 minutes to go here, opening period. Step back shot skips wide. And a ricochet out to center here as they'll play on. Malossi across the floor. There's a shot that was stopped by Jeffrey. And quick trigger there from Ying Lane. Almost had his second. Aiden Murphy.
Watching the physical play of 15 in white. Justin Gurney's made his presence felt when he's been on the defensive side of things, but the ball bounces over his head.
Cam Husband with a nice snag, one-handed. We'll head for the bench.
Has been one of only 2 bellies.
Zach Porter over there on that Black bench as well. I forgot to mention former Junior Thunder captain Zach Porter with Ridge Burrards as well. Vancouver Warriors. Rescue with a stop. Outlets nicely to center. There's Corbett. He'll settle it down, and now he'll make the change. Malossi. Into the corner it goes. Quick shot, and you kind of wonder in a game like this, Brad, you know, guys want to get noticed here, is whether we're going to see, you know, unselfish lacrosse, let's say, where guys are moving the ball, looking to make that extra pass, or are they looking to get theirs a little bit and looking guys off? There's an opportunity right here, 2-on-1, and penalty call is coming here for too many men. Out of the defensive gate, it will be a violation as Ryan Jensen in. Skips it across. There's an outside shot that partially blocked, and penalty call to come. And that'll let you know that Shape is the real estate investment development and management company. I like how you give me this one, Brad. You point to this one. Thanks a lot. My first time reading it. Leading some of the largest mixed-use transit-oriented projects in North America, and is the developer behind the amazing Brentwood. Online at sharpproperties.com. I'll get better, folks.
You're
I'll get better.
PXP for sports. You want to drive the
Shape,
class,
excuse
you
me.
gotta read the reads, man.
I should probably wipe my glasses up. Shape,
I'll take
not sharp.
Xtreme Threads and BCLA later.
Yeah. Penalty shot here, and Murphy scores. Faked out Reski with about 4 pumps, and then finds the 5-hole.
I guess that's a bit of a trial rule here. They just went straight to the penalty shot. I don't think there was.
I like it.
Worthy of a
I don't
shot,
mind it. I think we should do another. I think we should read Shape again, Brad. Why don't you give it a go? Because I think I butchered it that first time. So let's run the Shape ad one more time here, folks.
ShapeProperties.com. Shape is the real estate investment development and management company leading some of the largest mixed-use transit-oriented projects in North America, and is the developer behind the amazing Brentwood Mall out there on Lougheed Highway. First time.
Well done.
Check
Put
out
me to shame.
ShapeProperties.com.
Let me shame. Double team along the wall. Ball loose. Chance for Black coming right down the pipe, and Reski read that one nicely out of the stick of Jensen and just took it away. Thin goaltender is Reski in there. Look, needs to bulk up a little bit, Brad. Narrow. Looking like a young Dwight Neckty or something.
Yeah, you know what? I think I called. My brain is foggy this summer. There's been a lot of Junior B Tier 1 action mixed in with some other stuff, but looking like a young Dan Lewis, I think I said on a broadcast earlier this year. My color guy, the young Tino Farah, was like, who?
Shot in the goal.
That's how old I feel. That Dan Lewis is someone that, a 25-year-old is not aware of. Dan Lewis, a Minto Cup winning goaltender with the Adnax right here. Yeah.
Great thrower of the ball was Danny Lewis. Reactionary goaltender is Ty Ewan with the latest marker.
So this is basically a Delta Islanders offense. You got Yingling, Ewan, Molossi as well, all guys that have chemistry together, and those are guys that have been slinging the ball around the ozone for Team White so far.
2-2. Time is ticking here in period number 1. 2:40 to go in it. As you can see on your screen right here on bcsports.tv for the WLA Xtreme Future Stars Junior A Showcase.
And they're not, the way they comprise these rosters, they're not completely just names in a hat. So Team White is predominantly Delta Islanders and Langley Thunder players. You look over at the Team Black, they're predominantly Poco Saints and Burnaby Lakers with a couple Thunder. And you got one Adnac on Team Black and a Salmon Belly on Team White to kind of balance things out. But you're basically seeing Delta Langley south of the Fraser River against Poco Burnaby north of the Fraser River.
Makes sense. And as we mentioned, full day of action coming up here with the WLA Future Stars coming up. And I had a peek at a couple of these rosters here, Brad, and it's going to be fun, entertaining lacrosse with the guys that are listed down on these 3 teams. They're going to play a little mini round robin.
Reed Bowering, Will Malcolm, Denon Armstrong, like NLL-ready star players about to make an impact.
Absolutely.
And guys that
Bobby
Denon and Malcolm have already played in the National Lacrosse League and still haven't played a game in the WLA, if you can wrap your head around that one.
So 2-2, shots 15-13 Black. It's White with the ball. Just a trip.
Stay interactive with us on Twitter today, friends. I'm at Brad Chow, CHALL. Jumbo is at PXP for Sports. And, of course, follow at BC Sports TV.
Good stop from Jeffrey, and they'll be tested again here. Bounce wide. When it comes up with the ball here as we're under a minute to go. Maybe one more possession here for each team. This is Aiden Gold. He'll stay out there. So he gives it to Ryan Jensen. Jensen loads up, doesn't shoot it. Shetner on the pop out. Easy to pick him up with the gold Adnac helmet. And now Reski comes up with it here with about a 6-second differential. They're going to push forward here, and they might turn it over. In fact, they managed to hang on to it. But it's about a 6-second differential here, so I don't think he can pull the goaltender. It's Jensen having a look here over at his goalie, but I think he's going to stay in. Diving attempt there, stopped from Jeffrey. Now, Black gets the quick whistle here. Still time as they'll push ahead with 10 seconds to go. Hard to the goal. Here's a chance. And that looked in, but waving it off the inside of the post and stayed out.
Go to shoot.
Now that you realize there's time left. Did Gurney as period number 1 comes to a close here. Entertaining opening 20 minutes from the Palace. 2-2, shots on goal 17-14. You're watching the WLA Xtreme Future Stars Junior A Showcase on bcsports.tv. Quick break. And we're back in like 2-3 minutes. Stick around. Welcome back here on bcsports.tv, home of the WLA Future Stars Junior A Showcase. We're with you all day long here from Coquitlam, and with us on the broadcast this fine day, Bradley.
Marin Law Injury Lawyers, leading BC personal injury law firm with over 90 years of combined experience. Injured, the Marin difference can help.
And also to the BCLA, proud supporters of bcsports.tv and the growth of lacrosse in British Columbia. BCLA field lacrosse registration now open province-wide for the 21-22 season. For information on your local leagues, they can all be found under the BCLA website under the field lacrosse tab, youth field leagues as well. BCLA. Our good buddy, Brad, the prez of the BCLA, Jerry Van Beek, because we are both here. We got Tier 2 action going on today as well. Wes Kootenay, of course, Jerry's son, Mr. Saturday Night. Robbie Van Beek coaching that West Kootenay team. The Prez is stepping into the play-by-play chair. I had a little conversation with Jerry yesterday, asking me a little bit of advice, what he should be doing, what he shouldn't be doing while he's doing play-by-play today for West Kootenay. I told him just relax and have fun, man. This is like the best job in the world. Don't take yourself too seriously and have some fun with it.
No, and call it as you see it. What I tell young broadcasters or old broadcasters like Jerry Van Beek, no offense, like all the preparation in the world, you can do your homework all night long. It's great. Do that stuff. You have to do that stuff. But a lot of that stuff gets thrown out the window. Just call the game as you see it. That's what people are there to watch, right? You don't have to have. You can have the backstory to fill time, but when the game is on, focus on the game, and the broadcast just sort of unravels itself.
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing this a long, long time. You know what I do for preparation, Brad. It's one 8x11 full scap piece of paper, handwritten, and that's it.
Power
Go
play.
time.
Yours is power play numbers, top 3 goal scorers for each team, maybe a goalie save percentage, names of head coaches.
Some records, yeah. Like
that's about it. Yeah, maybe some records.
Let's go. Head-to-head matchups.
Short-handed number, yeah.
We are just about set for period number 2 here, and apparently we're going straight to penalty shot shootout goals here, or attempts, should there be more penalties here, I think at least. As the teams will flip around here, new goaltender stepping in, Connor Ramage, Poco Saints for Team Black, and Diesel de Guzman, who goes right underneath Yingling on the all-name team.
We're also moving to 4-on-4 lacrosse, so
We are.
hopefully see things open up here in period number 2 and period number 3, guys, to showcase some athleticism. This is going to be fun to watch. I think period number 1 was your sort of feeling out phase. I think the tempo is going to pick up here in period number 2 as these kids get settled down a little bit.
And of course, period number 2 brought to you by Xtreme Threads, xtremethreads.ca, your one-stop shop for customized team or company apparel, embroidery, digitizing, screen printing, design sublimated team uniforms, as well as teams are at center, sticks are down, ball is down, blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse as Team White comes up with the opening face-off in the stick of Arjun Singh.
You see Alex Nimrod there tapping John Gregg on the back, pointing him, hey, you're on the other side now. That face-off circle there.
Yeah, move.
Let's go.
So 4-on-4, lots of space to work with here for both teams, and we'll see if guys get a little spread out on defense as well. Honestly, Brad, I think the future of box lacrosse, this is something that we could see happen long term. I honestly believe that. What do you think? No?
I don't think so. I think you can make some adjustments to the 5-on-5 game to maybe just get away from OD, offense, defense, lacrosse, and I'd rather have 5 guys, maybe 3 or 4 of them are playing both ways. You know, Sean Grant Jr. is not going to get back and play a D shift. Dane Dobie's not going to get back and play a D shift unless it's the XLL. Unless it's the XLL. But I think I'd like to see the 5-on-5 game go back to play both ends of the floor. I hope that's the future. 4-on-4 leaves a bit the imagination. It feels a little bit like backyard lacrosse to me.
Wrong one as far as I think. We'll see. Keep that in the back pocket as White, with 8 on the shot clock here, turns it over. And Black wants to push tempo back the other way here with Gold. He's got a man coming off the bench here in Murphy. Fake and scores. Aiden Murphy with a little Scott Ranger action there. Pump it far side, pull it back to the short side on the run.
Burnaby and Poco get together on the transition goal. And I think we'll see a lot of that here in period number 2. It's going to be tough for defensive to play this length of 4-on-4
Long
lacrosse.
change here too in the second, right?
Heads on a swivel. There's going to be a lot of stretching of the floor, skip passes across the zone, and we'll see how these defensive players can adjust.
Well, just 4 goals in that opening period. First one here in period number 2. Black comes up with the face-off right off the get-go here in the stick of Ben Davies.
Brett Ganack does a nice job popping that one out right to his defender. Good face-off win.
I think we're going with Janak.
Ganack?
Yeah, it's the old JG thing.
Soft G.
Right. Murphy right back out there. Riken. It's down to the crease. I don't know how he caught it. Now he's in front of the goal and put it wide. Man, what a catch in tight there almost like it just hit him right in the pocket, and he's like, oh, I got the ball. Garrett Winter. Well, 3 minutes gone here, second period.
It's like when you play lacrosse with a feeder like a Mark Matthews or Trent Hement or something, you just keep your stick up and
Get ready.
may end up there.
I'm interested to see if either of these teams maybe send out a fifth player by accident. That one squeaks home there as Yingling with his second of the game. Watch it one more time here on BCSports.tv. It's a nice little flip.
Like a two-man game, 32.
Real similar to his his first. Like, he doesn't take a lot of time with the ball in his pocket. Like, he's confident that he's going to pick his shot.
Yeah, he hasn't been the feeder. He hasn't really been the quarterback. He's been the finisher so far. One of those guys that doesn't need the ball in his stick to be successful. See Shinak again, pops it up. I like that play on the faceoff circle, but Team White's going to pick up on that pretty quick.
Nemo coming in, but decides to pull back. Because don't forget de Guzman in there for Team White now, and Ramage, who I think we can put on the name team as well here, Brad. Ramage in there for Black. There's Chetner in front. Bounce shot, and de Guzman makes the stop. Penalty call coming up, and that means it's time for you to pay a bill, Brad Sean. I think we're going with Key West 4. You ready?
I think we're going BFL Canada. Commercial, general liability insurance solutions and operational risk management plans, providing customized solutions in all areas of insurance. Whatever your industry or your business's size, these professionals have only one goal: becoming an entrusted partner that continuously protects your best interests.
Here's Chetner, just in time. Well done, Brad. Bo Chetner just coming in with straight fire there. Didn't waste a lot of time or effort. Just no fakes, no nothing. Just came in, just fired it right and picked a spot.
Now we'll get a second look at that. Yeah, just doesn't give the goaltender any sort of read. Just keeps that ball on his shoulder.
Here's the new plan. We do the read after the penalty shot next time.
Agreed. That goal brought to you by, or that save brought to you by.
There you go.
So penalty shots are 1 for 1.
2 for 2.
2 for 2.
Yeah.
1 for 1 for each team.
And 4-3 is your score now in favor of Team White, who have the ball right now. Bit of a slow set. Now ball turned over. There's Dowell racing in with good speed. He's going to come right in and score. Right over the shoulder to Guzman, who maybe a little far back in his net there, but when you got to go running it that fast at you, it's almost like you have to be back that far in your net. But nice shot there from Dowell, picking his spot in the top corner.
Yeah, this is a lefty this time coming down, goes short side high, same spot where Chetner put it, the right-hander, but definitely seeing some open net with de Guzman backing into things.
So things will wrap up here for the juniors at 12 o'clock. Apparently they're getting pizza, Brad, which I'm a little bit jealous about right now. I'm not going to lie to you. Next game gets going 1:30 face-off time here on BCSports.tv.
1:30, 3 o'clock, and 4:30. Again, mix that up in the pregame show.
Pacific time.
1:30, 3 o'clock, 4:30.
And it'll be comprised of WLA draft picks over the last couple of years. Crease violation.
Yeah, names like...
Yeah, just run down some of the...
Denon
talent.
Armstrong. Like, these are guys who have been drafted to the NLL as well. That may or may not have gotten to the game yet. Denon Armstrong, Ryan Jones.
Breakaway here, Bradley. And scores.
Yeah, we're seeing some wide open lacrosse here in the 4-on-4 game.
Ronaldo Thomas with the latest goal. That'll be the last time I roll my R's on Ronaldo. So. Simple, effective shot again.
Power play and a breakaway goal by Team Black, and yeah, simple and effective by Thomas as well. Brendan Szabo, Vancouver Warriors draft pick. Cam Garland, big Eastern kid that played for the Maple Ridge, the New Westminster Sandbellies. Bobby Kidd III, Saskatchewan Rush draft pick. Nate Facine, the goaltender. Thomas Vysen, Keegan Bell, Nathaniel Koneznikov. Patrick Shumay is going to be probably a top 5 pick, maybe the top defender in the NLL draft coming up. Ty Yanko, Ethan Ticehurst,
Some good players.
Will Johansson, Reed Bowering, Brody Harrison net.
Bring it on. So 3 more games to come here after this one. Next faceoff comes up at 1:30. Murphy shoots. That one's wide, and could get an open man to pass to here. As White will get another possession, this 5-4 Black lead now. As they play 4-on-4 here in periods 2 and 3. Look out, that one deflected right in on Ramage, who had to be sharp. And he was. As Nemo got a man in front of the goal, faking Jensen, tried to drop one in, and it rolls past to Guzman, who's having a bit of a rocky start here in this second period.
Guzman, the Burnaby Lakers goaltender. They're one of those slender goaltenders. You look at Ramage, you just, he's
Fills
Frank
out.
Chiliano-sized kind of goaltender.
say
Maybe not that big, but takes up a lot of net, does Ramage, especially with that big wooden stick. Huge Poco Saint black and white gloves, and de Guzman, one of those more sort of Riley Hutchcraft, jumpy goaltenders.
He spent some time in the Rocky Mountain League, if I'm not mistaken. I think with Okotoks over the last couple of years. Coming back for his final year junior here in BC. You can look that up if you want. I think I'm right. And Davies will dish off as in comes Leland. Trying to square him into the middle, does with a bounce shot, and that one's stopped by de Guzman, who just does not look all that confident in himself right now, and that'll happen after you kind of give up 3 in a row on 3 shots, but 2 of them are pretty nice shots. That latest goal, I think it's one he should have had.
Well, think about it, you got 20 minutes to play if you're a goaltender like de Guzman, so you got to get it together pretty quick. It's not like, hey, I'm going to come back and have a solid third and shut the door. This is, you got 10 good minutes to put on a showcase here for potential coaches watching it.
Racing up the floor here is Janak, breakaway opportunity, he scores again. And for whatever reason, Brad, like some goaltenders are great when they start and can't come in a relief role, and then there's goaltenders who are exceptional at coming in when the starter gets pulled and can give you some really good minutes. Now, I don't know which one de Guzman falls into, whether it's either one, but sometimes it's a tough situation for a goaltender to just come in cold in the second period and expect to perform at his best.
And let's call it spade here. We're playing wide open 4-on-4 lacrosse. There's been 3 breakaway goals where there's not a defender in sight to come down and take these uncontested shots at him.
Fair point.
19 shots on goal for Team White, 16 for Black.
Here's Chetner, skip it. Jensen sets the pick. There's a shot. Good stop from de Guzman, that time off of Hurricane.
And just confidence starts with every stop, right?
Long feed, Brad, backhand shot, and not a great one there, as that one bounces right out of play out of Ying Ling's stick. Don't mind the attempt, just not great execution. Winter. Jensen loads it. I mean, Jensen out there is looking senior right. Like, he just kind of looks like he's got a step above most guys out there as far as the size, the speed, the skill.
Yeah, he's got the body.
Athlete.
Sure.
Good football player, too, is Jensen. Langley Rams.
Is that Rod Jensen's son?
Yeah. I believe, anyways.
Hiroshi Jensen, his other kid, was a good junior A lacrosse player. I don't think I ever got into WLA or anything, but
all really good. The whole
family. Good
family.
Islander back then. Yeah, one of those athletic families.
10 on the shot clock. Sidearm, and that finds rope.
And Brent Janak, the face-off man. No Fogo for Janak as he's out there playing an O-set. Kind of does it all himself, takes a pick, rolls towards the inside. Nice pick set by 50. Janak takes it to the middle, chucks it sidearm.
Sorry, Brad. You could see de Guzman kind of shrink up a little bit there, trying to protect the middle of the net, and that's just a good shot from Janak, but that's what can happen as a goaltender when things start to go downhill on you. It's like a snowball. It just builds, and next thing you know, you're just guessing. And that's kind of what it looks like right now for de Guzman. You feel for him. in a situation like this where you know he wants desperately to perform well, and he's just having an off day here. He's a good goaltender. He's just having a bad day.
Delayed penalty shot coming up. We'll still see 5 on 4 here for a second.
From the outside. So they work it around the horn here. Molossi at the point. Is he going to be the trigger guy? He's ready to load. He fires and he put it wide as the whistle made from Grabinski. It'll be a slashing call here. And just see who gets the penalty shot. It'll be Ty Ewan to take it. Where are we at our reads? What are we doing after this one? Ty Ewan coming in, left-hander. Swings a little wide. Fake it. And oh my, corkscrew beauty from Ty Ewan. Beats Ramage clean. And that was nice to watch.
The Delta Islander product, Ty Ewan, who nephew of Tom Borelli award-winning Steve Ewan, on cue just DM'd me that nugget. So congratulations to the Ewan family on cue here, Steve. Thanks for watching here on BC Sports TV. Nice hands on the nephew.
That goal from Ty Ewan brought to you by Key West Ford. The Sandbellies are New West's best team on the floor. Key West Ford is the Royal City's best team on the road. I love it. For 30 years, Key West has delivered great quality and service and provided probably a few cars to a few Salmon Bellies over the years. Thanks for hopping on board Key West Ford. 8-5 now with 5:35 to go here in the second period. Black with it.
Does this truck come in salmon belly red? Sure is the question.
Well done, Brad. The answer is yes. Here's White back the other way, trying to create a breakaway opportunity. One man to beat now, and besides better of that as he'll pull to open pastures here for Gurney. And now make the change. Hunter. We mentioned his name much here, the Langley Thunder offensive lefty. As Black comes up with a stop here at Aiden Gold. Showing some good speed as he takes it all the way deep. That's something you see a little more in junior lacrosse than you will with the senior guys, where the legs are doing the work for the player, where in senior the ball does most of the work. But you got those young, fresh, quick legs like Gould did there. Just run it.
Yeah, run it up. What that does, though, is now he's stuck up the floor. And sometimes it creates an awkward opportunity to change. We could start your possession a little bit quicker if you get it to a streaking player and get off for a change, get some more O guys out.
Ramage with another stop.
This has been watching another breakaway here.
Two-man breakaway. Oh, they're going to call him on too many men. So just a turnover here. So playing Canadian rules, Brad. Otherwise, that would have resulted in a penalty shot. But they're not going to give it up for the too many men out the offensive gate. But they did out of the defensive gate, which alerts me to the rules that they're playing here today. Besides the running time.
I think what we're seeing here at 4-on-4, though, is players getting sort of gassed at this breakaway opportunity after breakaway wave opportunity coming out of the game.
Here comes another. Yeah, I mean, well, we'll talk about it after this.
This is a downfall of 4-on-4.
Here's Nemo, and he's got one. And Guzman is just getting ventilated here on the breakaways. You can't put it on the goaltender when you're staring down shooters coming at you one-on-one. But I think you got a point there. Like, yeah, you got an extra body on your bench to rest up, and you're not playing as many shifts, but you're doing more work when you're out there, which is going to tire you out more.
Yeah, and I think Team White now, like if you're Rob Williams and your coaching staff, you got to figure out a way to adjust and take away these breakaway opportunities.
Well, you can see a lot of guys bending over, breathing hard, couple of helmets up over their mouths here, like taxing. And still 23 minutes to play.
And these are 21-year-old kids who've had a 2-year break. So if they can't sustain 20 minutes of 4-on-4, I don't know who the hell can.
Not me. It's Greg Winter. Looking for a pass off the off-ball cut. Jensen feeds in front. Weak shot goes wide there from Leland. White comes up with the ball, and we're off to the races one more time. Thomas Gets it back to Singh. So finally starting to learn some names and numbers here, Brett. Took a while. Ying Ling. He has the low red top. Sneaks down there. Almost brought a ball to the front of the goal with him. His husband stole it away.
Shinak's had a good outing. You're
Noticeable.
You're a guy who's taking faceoffs and then playing O reps. Like that's going to jump out to any coach.
Shetner back out there. Hard rip there from Murphy. He's been aggressive on the offensive end. Good loose ball pickup from Belwitz. Almost threw it away, however. No 10 or 8 second count. First Port Moody bounce pass of the day, Brad. Handled well by McLeod. Ty Ewan back out there. Across the top, he'll come. Ewan feeds to the crease. Good stop there. Rebound attempt. Fanned on in front. But a great look for Ewan. Better stop for Ramage.
Trevine Hunter on the quick stick, who got denied. Right thing to do. In and out of the pocket. Good stop by the Poco St. netminder.
Just over a minute to go here, period 2. As Reichen will step back in here for Black. Sizes up his man. Feet across. There's the outside shot. And well wide once again from Julian Leland. Gets his own rebound. Late in the shot clock, however. And pass was low in front. One-handed opportunity. Goes wide of the target. Shot clock violation as Garrett Winter tried a highlight reel attempt.
Winter was a top 10 scorer in the regular season for the Poco Saints.
Singh will leg this one up. Shot clock, game clock, about 9-second differential here. So Black should get one more good possession. See if the coaching staff wants timeout. And there's the save. Ramage, rebound opportunity. Now White's got it. Did they want timeout? Probably should have called it there. Didn't. Now the shot comes. 3 seconds to go, and Black will just hang on to the ball as period number 2 is now over. Another good, entertaining period of lacrosse here for these WLA Xtreme Future Stars Junior A Showcase.
Yeah, things obviously opening up in that 4-on-4. We talked about it, all those breakaway opportunities and some tired legs out there. We'll see what they can roll over, but it looked like they settled down a little bit, a little bit more everyone sharing the ball on offense when we had 4-on-4 sets and there wasn't just transition opportunities, but it looks like things are settling down here a little bit. It's been entertaining lacrosse.
5-minute break, one more period to come. While we're in an intermission, check out the BCLA website for all your BC lacrosse needs. Registration now open for field lacrosse. 21-22 season is about to start. Check out all the information, BCLA website. You'll find it there. 4 minutes and 20 seconds. We're back with third period action here on BCSports.tv. All right, lacrosse fans, we are back inside the Palace on Poirier, getting set for third period action here of the WLA Future Stars Junior A Showcase. Team Black leading Team White 9-5. And Brad, we got a little snafu there in period 2, goalie-wise, just getting corrected in the intermission. Appreciate the note. I don't know, like it came like pigeon courier down to the front office. They like ran it up here on a pony, and then it got delivered into the broadcast. Apparently, I was, pretty hard on Diesel de Guzman in that second period. Well, it wasn't Diesel in the goal, which now makes a little more sense as it was Reski in that period, and that's a little more understanding being a Tier 1 goalie where Diesel a Junior A goalie. So my apologies. I think they switched jerseys last second, or I just didn't notice. They told me they were going in order of the roster. That's who was playing in the period. So I'm going to just blame Rod Jensen on that. And
way to take ownership of the.
Yeah, we'll just move on. We'll just move on. Mistakes happen. I appreciate the note. Come blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. Third period is underway. So it was de Guzman in period 1, Reski in period 2, and now playing in period number 3 is Ryan Atkinson.
I love.
And I know that for sure because he's got Shamrock gear on.
I love how it's 2021, but you can still call the front office of the Palace, find a phone number, and then someone literally runs up here with the handwritten
switchboard.
note. You can get at us a little bit easier, folks. So right there on social media, at Brad Chow, CHALL, and at PXB for Sports and at BC Sports TV. Let us know where you're watching from.
Please.
What do you think about 4-on-4 lacrosse action? We're going to see it here again in the third period, so we'll see what kind of legs these boys have. But Ryan Atkinson, the Victoria Shamrock stud goaltender, in the crease now for Team White. And we've got Tyler Pongratz from the Burnaby Lakers, Junior B Tier 1. Oh, no, that doesn't look like Pongratz at all. That looks like Connor Ramage is staying in. Is it not?
No. He's got 88 on.
He's wearing big Poco gloves, though. Tyler Pongratz listed as a member
No,
of
you never. You
Burnaby
can't.
Lakers.
Yeah, you can't. Maybe he came from Burnaby or from Poco, and he's still got leftover gear that matches his uniform, and he's feeling good in his black and yellow.
Tier 1 goaltender in Pongratz.
So there you go. Pongratz and Atkinson are your goalies now. As Team White in possession, down 4 here in this early stages of period 3.
And goaltenders, we talk about it a lot on Lacrosse Classified podcast, Jumbo. Goaltenders are going to be the hottest commodity in lacrosse going forward as leagues and teams expand. So pencil these names to Guzman and Ramage and Atkinson for sure of goaltenders to watch in the future because they're going to be a hot commodity, hot product.
Absolutely. Murphy, Wheeland, and Heriken couldn't squeeze that one past the Shamrock goaltender.
So it's
what?
I was going to know, no team really has the breakaway 4-on-4 advantage here in this third. It's the long change for both these teams.
Shots on goal, 24 piece.
Black again. He's going to have the. Black was winning with the long change with the breakaway. So what are they going to do with the short change here in 4? I hope that Rod Williams and Rod Jensen's Dave Pim's team here has figured out how to stop the leak on the 4-on-4 breakaway.
Watch it from Hunter here. Beauty. I mean, obviously not comparing the two. I'm looking like a young John Tavares kind of move there, Brad. Stretching out.
Well, just the moves that these 21-year-olds are capable of.
Oh,
these
man.
days.
Like
we see highlight reel goals in U.S. Boxla at all sorts
Govett
of junior
with an
levels.
absolute gem yesterday. We saw Ryan Sheridan go full Beyonda for Nanaimo a couple of days ago. You got these kids at BC's Best trying all sorts of crazy things. Like the sky is the limit for where these kids are going to take this game.
Credit for coaches who instill that confidence in the players to get out there and have some fun and try stuff like that. Yeah, don't do it on every shift. Don't hot dog, but
creative, imaginative.
Creative ways to score a goal when you're in a tight 2-on-1 late in the shot clock. You're trying to get something off. You got to try stuff.
Because like back in our day, Brad, like we would run laps and do push-ups if we tried things like that in practice. Never mind a game.
I never had it, but I've heard of coaches that were literally like, no behind the backs.
Yeah, ridiculous.
And now it's ingrained in everything that you do in this sport.
Black with it, not for long as they turn it over here to Corbett. Run it out wide. No numbers here as they continue 4-on-4 in this third period. Post-up move there for Ewan, who also looks senior ready, I would say, Brett. Just gets it, you know what I mean? Knows where to be, when to be there. Not undersized, not too slow, but just solid.
Yeah, and you see with the decision making, like the guys, they're quick in their decision making, but they seem very methodical. They're not panicky out there. They're not scattered, not running around the floor like water bugs. They know exactly where to be and what to do.
Leland had it checked away by Singh. Shetner over to help out, but nice job from Arjun Singh, who comes up with it. And he'll run it up this near side as we approach the 5-minute mark of this opening game of 4 here today from the Palace. 1:30, our next start time for the WLA Future Stars. And as Brad mentioned, a lot of high-end talent on all these rosters who will all play 2 games each as we work our way through the afternoon and into the early evening. So just like, don't plan anything for the next 6 hours, 7 hours or so. You'll be with us right here on bcsports.tv. You can do some laundry, maybe the dishes and stuff in between games, but make sure you're back for opening face-off at 1:30. Get to Subway or whatever you got to do to, be ready.
And if you're in the Lower Mainland, you can get here
$5
for 1 o'clock, 1:30. $5, you can watch the rest of the 3 games.
There's a chance maybe get back check, however, working that ball free. There's Nemo. Black will take another possession here, leading by 3. Still a competitive game and scoreline as we have 14 to play. Heriken spinning. It's Leland on the cut. Gives it right back. Heriken into the middle of the floor now. Lobs one for Chetner, and Atkinson throws up a shoulder to take one away. Good off-ball cut there from Bo Chetner. Now Murphy. Back door. Leland scores.
Great ball moving here by Team Black. They got the 2-man game on point as Chetner gets that opportunity, and then they still get that possession back and run it around, reset. And this is another backdoor cut in 44.
Tell you what,
doorstep finishes.
Not something Father Trevor Leland did a whole lot of. Trevor, better known for his work with his gloves off, if you know what I'm saying, Bradshaw.
You know a lot of the dads of these players.
Well, man, I grew up with the guy. Like, he was one of my best friends growing up.
And now here their kids are 21 years old, about to enter the WLA.
Live just down the street here on Linton Avenue.
The Leylands on Linton.
Son of Ron and Sandy, sister Tanya. Good friends of the Lelands.
Shout-outs all around.
Yeah. And Jillian has got himself a goal here today. Moved over to Milford in probably the early 2000s, Brad. About Como Lake there. 15 on the shot clock for Heriken. Whoa, Atkinson. Alert in his crease as he lobs one to center. And Parker Corbett will dish off. Here's Yingling. Surgery down this near wall. 17 on the shot clock. Skips one across for Ewan. He'll take it off the half wall. Plays it right back to Yingling, who was on the cut that time. And the ball picked up in the corner there by Hunter. A little circle in behind the goal. Hits Ewan. Steps around his man. Ty Ewan, and he put it wide short side. Still time here, late in the shot clock, however, and a stop there from Pongratz, who turned it out of play. Smart shot there to get the reset, as forced the goaltender to make a save and turn that one out. Ball loose. And now in the pocket of Gold. He's had a nice contest here today as well. Been noticeable in the defensive end and in transition. Murphy all alone in front was Leland again. And now Jensen with it. Atkinson the save. Leland scores. He's got 2.
bounces off the glass, couple bodies in front. And a rebound down on the doorstep, collecting a bouncing ball, some trash down low. And Leland, the offensive transition player for the Burnaby Lakers.
Some guys, that is their bread and butter, is finding those types of goals, rebounds off of goalies, cleaning up ricochets off the boards.
Corey Vitarelli types.
Yeah, like, I mean, some guys make a living off of scoring goals like that. They're not the big outside bombers or the classic pick and roll guys or the power play specialist. They're just junkyard dogs who find loose pills around the goal and have a knack for sticking it in.
Yeah, to take a beating is part of that job description as well. Got to take some punishment. Be able to be aggressive on those loosies.
That's what kind of player I pictured you as back in your youth, Brad. No?
You know what? I was trying to I'd say this all the time. In my head, I was Sean Evans and Dane Dobie, but
on the floor, you were.
I was more of a Jesse Gamble.
Okay, nice pull there, Jesse Gamble.
When he got to the league, I was like, okay, maybe if I had made some different life decisions.
Here's Chedner scores, and Black starting to pour it on here in the third as he beats Atkinson to the short side. In transition, 11-6.
Bo, similar swag to brother JL, big brother JL. A bit bigger body, though, a bit more of an inside game than the Penticton
They
pistol.
should have went with Bo Luke as well, like Jean-Luc and Bo Luke.
Wasn't Bo Luke a Duke of Hazzard?
Or
is that Bo and Luke?
Just Bo and Luke did.
Bo and Luke.
Uncle Jesse, Cooter, and all the rest did.
A shout out to Penticton and the Okanagan in general, which continue to send some solid lacrosse players down here to the BC Junior A Lacrosse League and beyond.
Boss Hog.
You talked earlier, West Kootenay Junior B Tier 2 team in town to take on Delta on BC Sports TV as well. But when you see teams from West Kootenays, when you see teams from Okanagan competing in high-level lacrosse,
Cletus.
Makes me happy.
Uncle Jesse. Black with it, up 6. You're right. The game is growing, and I mean, it's great. Just like, Brad, you would never have seen a team from West Kootenay Junior Tier 2 come down here and play games.
No,
like, it just wouldn't have happened.
Man. Like Prince George used to send teams down, a bit of a northern contingent, but you didn't hear it from Nelson Cranbrook. But what a beautiful spot to live in.
I think this is Aiden Murphy. Watch him in behind your goal here. No, excuse me, 37.
Garrett Winter, one of the higher scoring Saints, gets his way inside.
Well, biggest lead of the morning, I guess it still is here, Brad, as we're before noon. 13-6 your score. Shots on goal 31-25 now as the time ticks along here in the third. Running time down to just over 8 minutes as we'll get a little jousting before the face-up. And they'll give it to Team White.
I was driving in from the Flatlands this morning thinking, is this the earliest I've ever called a lacrosse game?
Well, we had the Worlds.
World Championship. I think like a 1 o'clock start might have been the earliest I did at the Worlds.
Okay.
So this might be...
I've done earlier, I want to say
U19
Worlds. I want to say 9 a.m. starts were a thing. For that
good old Finland versus Scotland game.
Serbia and no. Man, that seems like a lifetime ago. It really does. But one of the best times ever.
During you talk about standout players in this game, defensive players always don't need their name called to make an impression, but a guy who's really stood out is 15 in white and Justin German. He's been mean, he's been physical, he's been all over the floor, a bit raw, but I think there's something to work with there from 15. He's got some swagger too.
There's the finish from Murphy. I'll tell you what, Leland's having himself a third period here. A couple of goals, now an assist off the rebound shot there, and finish from Murphy.
Guys getting comfortable here.
Yeah, I like it, the confidence, right?
Yeah.
A big old smile on Trevor's face over there as he's pretty proud of his boy, and rightly so. Interesting face-off formation set up here for both teams, I suppose.
Girac is put in that same spot every time. Sometimes he's popping it out.
He's powering his way to the goal. His hair tries to shovel a pass in front. There's the Malachi crunch, and that stung. Trying to pick up the player. His jersey's up over his back here. It looks like 7 Jackson McLeod, who's slow back to the white bench. Never fun getting the Malachi crunch, bro. Here's Horiken.
You know, let the people know what that is, and people mean me.
Well, it's more or less where you get the sandwich.
But why Malachi?
Look, I'm dating myself here, but if you ever watch the show Happy Days,
Oh my God.
the Fonz went in a derby.
Fonz references, parent references.
Yeah.
This is
Went in a car crash or crash-up derby, and the brothers, the Malachi brothers, strategized, and they got the Fonz in the Malachi crunch. It was their patented move. I've gone with that for like 20. You've never heard me say that before?
I don't think I've ever seen you bust that out. No.
Oh, man.
No.
I pulled that one out.
I'm glad you explained it.
The time to time. Sato knows. He actually told me to use it today, so I had to make sure I got it in. But he's as old as I am, actually a little bit older. Happy Days. Check it out. Malachi crunch. Pinky, leather Tuscadero, Chachi. Here's Murphy. Now Jensen with 12 on the shot clock.
Waiting for Jensen to bury. Obviously, he's been one of the stronger offensive players and just played an unselfish day, but he hasn't scored a goal yet.
No, it almost seems a little passive, like he's looking for his teammates more than he's looking for it himself.
Yeah, and drop the ball there. We'll see if we can put one in the net in the next 4 minutes and 38 seconds. Team Black running away with it now, 14-6.
Ooh. Hunter with a creative opportunity there. Tried the backhand fake and then a little drop shovel. Ewan looks low, hit the post. And here's Janak again. Look at the speed from Janak. Nobody catching him. Right in, fake it. Save from Atkinson. A good one there as he got the glove hand down in time.
Peter going to give us another look at that breakaway opportunity there by Janak.
A little late.
A little late. Next time.
You got to be on that, Brad. If you want it, you got to go early on it. Same.
Peter, George, Keith, all behind the scenes here today on BC Sports TV.
Peter producing. Keith is just like supervising right now. Georgie up in the camera booth. He's also buying us lunch today, too.
Quality control, Keith. Yeah.
Chance in front and crease violation. There'll be white ball here, down 8. And time ticking away here. But again, you know, these players all draftable for the upcoming WLA draft come February. And a great opportunity for these kids to get noticed, get seen by coaches and GMs around the WLA who have not competed in 2 years now. And a big part of it is like figuring out how these kids are going to project. It's not so much what they look like right now, but what are they going to look like a year from now? And that's not so, like some guys are just better at it than others, projecting how players are going to develop over the course of time.
100%. It's like looking at raw clay. What can I mold some of these guys into? Who has the heart and the hustle to take things to the next level? We got a list of where people are watching here today on BC Sports TV. Shout out Surrey, Maple Ridge, Vancouver, Victoria, Burnaby, Calgary, Delta, Langley, Poco, Vernon, Castlegar, Chilliwack, Kelowna, K-Dub, Orangeville, Osoyoos. Someone's on vacation there. Penticton, PG, and Salmon Arm in BC. Thank you all for hanging out with us on BC Sports TV. Appreciate if you gave at BC Sports TV a follow on Twitter. And myself, Brad Chow, and at PXP for Sports, Jumbo Jake Elliott to my right.
We'll be with you all day long here from Coquitlam on BCSports.tv. And man, if you're up in the Okanagan right now, Osoyoos, Penticton, Salmon Arm, Vernon, Castle, stay safe out there, people. Like the province is on fire, and like man, it is scary stuff going on up there right now. Best wishes to everybody. We don't get to go off at a tangent here, but it is the problem. Oh, Leland just got clocked. Run that one again, Peter, for us if you can, please. Watch 44 here coming into your shot, down low, and just gets absolutely pinwheeled right there. Ouch.
Yeah, it does. I think he bumped into the other player in white as he was going down. Looks like it took the wind out.
That hurts.
Only got, might be the last we see of him with a minute 22 in running time to go.
He's up and okay. He's off the bench. And I mentioned Father Trevor, tough as they come. So I'm sure that is ingrained in 44 black as well. One more opportunity to come here for White, down 8. And trying to muster one more, but that one will be foiled. And one more for Black for good measure, why not?
Yeah, Gignac finishes off a great morning here with the goal to end things off. He's been one of my favorite guys to watch so far this morning, for sure.
I mean, some guys have definitely stood out over others here this morning, and Gignac would be on that list.
And as mentioned, it's not always the guys that stand out, especially we call NLL broadcasts, and sometimes you go a whole game without saying a name like Brett Midsky, you know? And that doesn't take anything away from Brett Midsky. He's one of the best defenders on the planet. He just does a lot of quiet stuff behind the scenes, not going to have the ball in his stick, but keeps defenders on the wall, strips guys, and gives other players an opportunity to pick up loosies. And I think those are the kind of guys that the Pat Coyles of the world are keeping an eye on here today.
So that'll just about do it here for the Junior A Showcase, brought to you by Xtreme Threads. As the buzzer sounds, and this one is over. Shots finish up 38-28 in favor of Team Black, who win this one going away. It was a tight game most of the way here until the third period. 15-6 is your final.
Yeah, it was that second period of teams getting adjusted to 4-on-4 that kind of opened up the scoring. That trickled in a bit here in the fourth, and I don't know if guys were just getting tired or they figured out the 4-on-4, but there wasn't as many breakaway opportunities here in the third. Teams were settled, playing a little bit of more 4-on-4 offense. That's how we finish things off with some Junior A players that still have some playoff action left to go. If you play for Coquitlam, Poco, Burnaby, or New Westminster, if you're a Delta Langley kid, you're done. This is it. You're looking forward to the next chapter of your career. Maybe you're going to college, maybe you're ready for the dub or the pro league, but that was it for some of those boys.
I do want to get one more read in here, Brad, because we forgot our good friends at Stampede Tack in Western Wear. How can we do that? Proud sponsors of the Lacrosse Classified, of course, as well. But also proud sponsor of the Langley Thunder, BC's biggest boot supplier, biggest Wrangler dealer in Canada as well. Everything from cowboy boots, motorcycle boots, CSA work boots. You need a boot. Stampede Tack in Western Wear is your place to be. Check them out online where it's still shopping local. Stampede.ca, or you can head out there to Cloverdale. They have been there since 1966 on the corner of 180th and Highway 10. Thank you to Stampede Tack in Western Wear. What are you guys pointing at? Just talk to them. What do you got? Island Savings, yes, let's get one more in there as well.
Island Savings is a proud sponsor of Victoria Junior Shamrocks with branches up and down Vancouver Island. Island Savings is here for you. Everything is easier with a little help. Island Savings is a division of First Rest Credit Union. Thanks for hanging out with us, Island Savings.
And we will work on our hand signals before next face-off, which comes up at 1:30 Pacific time here on bcsports.tv. WLA Future Stars. 1:30. Check it out right here on bcsports.tv. For Georgie, for Peter, for Keith, for Brad Challoner, I've been Jake Elliott for the fastest game on 2 feet. For the creator, we'll talk to you at 1:30.